This is the DevOps India Summit 2019 happening here at Bangalore in India. My name is Riya Kumar and joining me now is Dheeraj Nayar, Global Community Ambassador at DevOps Institute. First of all, Dheeraj, a very warm welcome once again at the
Thank you
DevOps
so
India Summit. We had you last year.
Absolutely.
How different are you finding this year edition?
So first of all, welcome to you as well. I mean,
Thank
we
you.
were here together last year as well. And
Yeah.
this year, I think the energy, the enthusiasm, the attendance, the quality of speakers, it's taking to a completely next level. So very excited, having a lot of fun after today's sessions as well. So I think it's completely going into the right scale. So very excited.
And so what brings you to the DOIS 2019? What are you going to speak about tomorrow?
So, I mean, from our organization side, so we have been strategic partners with Excellantro, we have been an event partner as well, so very excited to advance the humans of DevOps in India.
Right.
And that's where my talk lies as well. So what we do on an annual basis is the upskilling survey. It is the industry's only enterprise DevOps skills survey.
Right.
So this year my talk would be completely onto the upskilling DevOps side. What are the trends and also busting some of the myths which are there around the DevOps engineer role. So we have seen there are many of the enterprises, individuals struggling to understand what are the roles which are required, what are the trends which the enterprises are seeing, specifically in the DevOps space, which is a fast moving space.
Right.
So there are lots of standardization, validation that needs to be done. And through our survey and the finding and the key insights, we are able to really relate it to the industry trends and emerging trends which are happening.
Right. And DevOps is all about sharing as a community.
Yes.
What do you think that people should do when it comes to sharing their ideas, their insights and the views on DevOps? You know, we have a lot of stalwarts in DevOps, you know, who come for presentations, but there are a lot of people who still think twice before doing that, you know, they don't want to,
Correct.
you know, they're not very okay with the concept of sharing. What
Right.
would you like to tell them?
Yes, I mean, that's a great question, and in fact also falls into the right places of breaking the silos.
Right.
So when the DevOps movement started, the core objective was breaking the silos. And still there are different communities, there are different individuals, there are different departments, there are different enterprises which are still running onto the legacy systems, which is still fine because still working.
Right.
But you also have to the competitive advantage. If you're not moving ahead, your competition is moving ahead.
Right.
And the same is applicable for the individual side as well. So if I'm not upskilling myself, then my peers would be upskilling themselves. And there would be a time that I might not be really applicable to the role which I am running as of now. So it's very essential that the learning has to be continuous. And that's why even from our mission side of advancing the humans of DevOps globally, we tend to focus on core 4 domains. That is SKIL, which
Okay.
is skills, knowledge, ideas and learning.
All right.
So the overall learning journey is very personal. So how I learn is completely different from how you might be learning.
Right.
But I have my own ways which reflects onto me, which really works for me.
Right.
And that's where the transformation journey has to kick in, where you are personalizing your own learning experience, making continuous and able to imbibe skills, knowledge, ideas, learning together.
Right.
And that's where, I mean, as part of my global role is to be there at the community and also share as much as I can
Right.
and also engage those thought leaders, breaking that mind barrier
Right.
which is there from the thought leader side, from the community side, so that there are more sharing, collaboration happens.
All right, and that's amazing, and that's why we are here at the DOIS 2019
Absolutely, yeah.
to share more ideas and insights about DevOps.
Exactly, yes.
All right, and this year's theme is DevOps and cloud collaboration for business
Correct.
success.
Yes.
How do you think these two things go hand in hand to ensure the success of a 21st century business?
Right. So if you look at, so DevOps is more of a movement.
Yeah.
There are people part, there is a process part, there is a technology part. And DevOps in itself is not like a magic wand. So what's happening, I'm going to give you a more like a stat. So Gartner has predicted that by 2022, almost 90% of the DevOps initiatives which are happening as of now has been happening over the years would fail.
All right.
And why it's happening is because most of the enterprises think that DevOps is the solution which we need to implement and not focus on other technologies.
Okay.
Which is not working because DevOps kind of brings everything together as part of people process technology. And cloud as of now over the decade has gone into a major solution for the enterprises. Specifically if you want to scale, if you want to bring in new solutions, if you want to bring in enhance customer experiences. And that's where the fast moving environment of DevOps with the environment around cloud kicks in together. And if you are imbibing both of DevOps and cloud together, then you are definitely moving much more faster, much more reliable, with much more quality control and the security, and taking all together the technology as part of the overall cycle. So that's where I mean the enterprises which are running DevOps and cloud are also becoming unicorns, and that's where the other enterprises has to learn from them.
Absolutely. And you know, when it comes to incorporating DevOps into the infrastructure, a lot of large enterprises, you know, face a lot of challenges when doing so.
Yes.
What do you think? What are the steps do you think they should be taking in order to mitigate those, you know, challenges?
Right. So I mean that's a great question, and in fact, if you look at the same question, let's say 5 years back, then there won't be much of a clarity around the same. So what has happened over the years? There are lots of case studies which has come from the organization failing, and that's where those enterprises can learn from other enterprises' mistakes as well. So as a key findings, I mean, and a key lesson which these enterprises can adopt is start small. Start with a small team, start with the small departments. Do not scale it extensively to the entire enterprises, because you have your own business goals, you have your own clients, so that includes a lots of disruption if you are implementing it on an enterprise scale. So start small, imbibe the feedbacks, the fail fast process, so that you are also able to scale it further to the other departments. And once you start seeing the results, and the measurement is one of the key factors. So you have to measure the key factor as per your own business goals. If they are meeting those business goals, then bang on, you are onto the right path. And DevOps is a transformation journey. It doesn't happen in 1 year, 2 years. Each enterprises have their own goals and timelines. So you're meeting your timeline time and time again, and are able to measure your goals from the business objective side, then certainly you will be able to implement DevOps transformation successfully.
So it's all about taking one step at a time, because DevOps is all about continuous learning.
Absolutely, yes.
It's just not one phase, it's a continuous process all throughout.
Absolutely. So just like I mentioned, it's more of a movement, a transformation journey. If you understand it from the culture side, from the mindset side, then definitely you are moving into the right direction. And that's where the cultural aspects come into a very crucial phase from the DevOps side as well.
Right, absolutely right. And how do you see the future of DevOps in the coming years?
Yeah, so just like the collaboration between DevOps and cloud has happened over specifically in the last few years. So in the coming times, the emerging trends, the artificial intelligence, talking about the machine learning, talking about the data as part of the DevOps environment. So this technology will also be collaborating with DevOps. So there are already some trends around data ops, AI ops, ML ops emerging. And there are already some user groups, meetups, summits already happening onto the same phase as well. So I won't be surprised, I mean, down the line, let's say around few years, you'll be seeing some mainstream action happening from the emerging trend side as well. So there might be a Data Ops India Summit. Who knows, might be happening in a couple of years.
Anything is possible.
Well. Absolutely. But there are definitely positive signs, and these are some signs which also takes into consideration the experimentation. So the startups, the enterprises are experimenting, adopting these new emerging practices, and many of them are showing results as well. So I'm really looking forward to these emerging trends personally as well.
Well, and we are looking forward to have you every year at the DOIS. Dheeraj, thank you so much for speaking with us. It was lovely having you here.
Same here. Thank you.
All right, that was Dheeraj Nayal from DevOps Institute at DOIS 2019. My name is Riya Kumar. Thank you guys for watching.